All right. These things are pretty freaking cool. It's from a wash machine and it's got those 3-phase coils in it. You look on the back, these are 1, 2, 3 phase. And what happens is these 3 wires go over to this controller I got. You gotta see the controller. Oh god, flip that around. I don't know if you can see that. Boom. You can see how it's all wired up. You got 3 phases here. You get your power feed and then you get your hall sensors. Oops, what the fuck? Hall sensors, 3-phase power. And this little deal on the right over here is the potentiometer for making it run faster somehow. So I've seen a lot of people post about these, but I've never seen anybody do it with 18 volts. That's what I got here. I got an 18-volt battery. Went onto a little inverter. Turn it on. This thing's little light comes on. I don't have this hooked up right yet though, because it ain't working. I think the wires are too small or something's wrong with it, but this thing works. I can kind of see that too, the way it is doing that, but this thing works pretty freaking good. It starts about 110 is when it starts. Ignore this thing back here. This is just a stand, but we're gonna watch this thing spin. I'm gonna kill it. 100, 110. That is the coolest thing too. These freaking motors are neat. You put pressure on them, and it keeps going. Ow. I can stop it though. See? And it gets all weird. So I lower it real quick and I go back to 110 and start right back up again. That's a lot of force to stop that though. Let's see if we can do it with one finger. Uh-oh. I broke something. But, just to let you know, these things do in fact work. Here's how I got this thing. Let me take it apart and show you what's up. So you turn off. The light goes off. Alright. I gotta take this thing apart and show you guys what's up. But it's literally just 3 coils. And then I cut them on one side, I wrapped wire around it, made all my connections, and it wasn't working. I found out that the wire has a weird coating on it. I have tried all kinds of things to get this stupid thing to spin too. Studied this guy in India. He had one of these things, the red bricks. Didn't work. I tried one of these, put way too much power behind it with the conjunction and destroyed the thing. I might use this for a potentiometer though, that's cool. I bought these things from Amazon. These are like little hall sensors for e-bikes, but they're already done up for a fella. I can get you stupid thing to focus. Sorry guys, I'm a horrible camera person. But this information needs to get out there. I think this can actually help a lot of people. I've seen people hook them to their boat motors, to their lawn mowers. So there's a guy in France that hooked one to a bicycle. These things are pretty freaking cool. And what I'm trying to say is, if ever hit the fan, a guy could hook an alternator up here, and since you're at 2 to 1, just spin this thing at 500 RPMs, the alternator spinning 1,000. Maybe hook 2 to 3 up. That's what Tesla was all about. 3, 6, 9, just multiplication. Or from what I understand. I tried to put magnets in this thing and it didn't work. but maybe my magnets were strong enough. I did a lot of research on this type of stuff, and motors are wound differently than generators too on the coil packs. As you can see, this is my first video too on stuff like this, so sorry. I'll try to edit, I'll try to do all that stuff and try to make one that's a little more to the point. Maybe I can discuss this a little bit better too in another video. But as you can see, you know, there's nothing hooked to it. It's solely just this controller and an 18-volt battery and a little inverter thing on top of the battery. I don't know if there's any information inside that could help somebody. Might. There you go, boom. Pause it. Get it. Hopefully that helps you guys. Anyways, yeah, this is freaking cool. Never seen anybody run one of these off 18 volts. Technically, if you can do it off 18 volts, technically, if you can do it off 18 volts too, you could charge, I don't know, bank batteries, maybe 3 banks of batteries at one time. Whatever it takes to actually spin an alternator is the name of the game. But yeah, freaking hey guys. If I get this potentiometer going too, I can go a lot faster. Here's the program on it real quickly. I actually have a book. Mode set. I guess this is your RPM since times 10, so that would be 100. Maybe 400. I don't know what a good number is. Let's go 500. Might just take off on me too. Enter. Current, let's go 3. I don't know why. I forgot what all this shit is. I got a book though, and I'll do a better video like I said. Why not? I'm a 3-phase, so... But there's 12 poles, so I don't know if you can divide that by... I don't know how this thing thinks. Anyway, go up again and it's like, I think that resets all of them again. Let's try this thing out again. It's at like 500. Oh, damn. This thing may be going a little faster now. Cool. And it says, this thing's all lies too. I don't know. You need this potentiometer hooked up right here. Or maybe this one. I guess they go way faster if you do that. But again, I'm putting... Throw the one finger, you know, see if we can stop this thing with one finger. Nope, can't stop it. Can't stop it. Oh, I might be able to. Ow. I bet I can. If I really... I don't know, I'm kind of a strong guy, so... Dude, that's a lot of power. That's freaking amazing. Things kick ass. I totally gotta, like, take one of these apart and show you guys what's happening too. Oh, shit. Oh, look, the potentiometer started working. Maybe it's short now. It's really short now. Oh, it is short now. One of these wires is off on me. Well, if I can get this thing to work, it'd be badass. Get in there. Go to your home. Oh, well. No? Nothing? I don't know. So it shorts it out and it stops it. I gotta figure that out. That's a little weird. I'm still playing with this thing, but if I find out anything else cool, I'll be sure to post it. Alligator. Alright, here's this thing. I just got this thing apart. Almost destroyed my hand doing it. But, really tough. Here's how I have it wired. I actually did take a file through here too on each one just to try to get it a little more U-shaped. They say it helps. I don't know. Did it anyway since it was apart. I just wrapped all my grounds up. I thought about connecting them all, but One big thing is you want to check your continuity through this in each single phase on one side and make sure it's all good. That coating's kind of a bear to get off of there. And if you don't make a connection, it don't work. That's probably why this stuff didn't work for me when I tried it, but I mean, it probably does work for all I know. But honestly, I had 18 volts running the thing, so that's pretty cool. See how I did the connections. Right there. Maybe I can just tip this stupid thing forward. So I got 1, 2, 3. 1, all on the right side, I guess. 2, 3. 1, 2, yeah, 3. And those are the hall sensors. I just super glued those in. And well, I don't even know if they're working or not. I gotta check continuity and all that stuff. I'm not that far with all this stuff. I'm just trying it and letting you know what I'm finding. Inside here, I got a spacer. Like a rusty spring I found. This came off a faucet part. It's whatever you can find to make this stuff work. And that thing just kind of holds the up on there for me. Did some measurement toes. Did some drilling out. Tried to use, I gotta put the holes through the factory holes still too. The screws, I mean. But this thing is literally a 3-phase motor. It's like 3 motors in one. And that's why you can probably run 3 things at once. Like, whatever. Just letting you know, this stuff kind of works. I did want to put this on a generator yet though, but this is an AC motor, and it sort of works. It doesn't work for an AC motor more, probably, because oh man, I gotta take this stupid thing off. I took the coil out of here. It was hooked up like this. I tried hooking up wires to all this stuff, trying to see if I can get anything out of it, even with this is just the hall sensors. I can't see that very well. I tried connecting to all there just with a multimeter to see if I can get any juice, and I'm not really getting enough to do anything with. Thought about if a guy had like a lawnmower coil pickup on the side of this, it would actually make some power there, or have like 2 or 3 or 12 or however many you guys want to put on there. Just multiply it. I have like 3 different makes of batteries, or 6 or whatever. Charge them all at once. It's kind of a cool little setup though. In theory, this should work. It's going to take me a while because I have no funds and I've got a million projects, but maybe somebody else can actually do something with this info. It's literally that Chinese controller, Milwaukee, what have you here. That's it. You hook it up to all 3 phases. These are Harbor Freight wire jumper deals. I hardwired this with wire that was laying around the house. I cut each one. There's people who have done this online. You guys can figure that stuff out. But I cut it and I hooked it up. And you have to really sand each one, and then I did drip a little solder on there. But yeah, so this would be 1 wire, this would be 1 wire. And then 4 over, of course, would be 1 wire. I'm going to put this stuff in English for you guys. So this all connects, actually 12 times. This is 3, but you'll see 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, all the way around. And then this one will connect 12 times, and then this one will connect 12 times. So that's what that is. 36 pull. On the back, I just grounded them together. Thought about doing a wire, but I don't know, a lot of people a lot smarter than me can actually test ohms through wires and figure out how juice flows and all that stuff. It might be better to connect them all. I don't know. It might take less power to run it if doing it like that. It's just a theory. But anyways, guys, don't want to make too long of a video if I ain't got much more to say. Adios. You know what? I think I did figure out something else to say. I'm just going to give a big shout out to everybody else that's helped me with all this stuff. Like Jannard, he was pretty cool for giving away his idea on this thing. He does have a point. There's something to do with that RF energy. There's many ways of proving it too. It's like Bible said, "Let there be light." God said, "Let there be light." So did it with his voice. So there's something to do with noise and whatnot. But that's a whole nother subject. But anyways, thank you for that. There's this guy in New Zealand called Cruiser Man. He's working with one of these. He's got a bunch of stuff going on, but he had this whole three-wheeler that actually ran itself. So, I mean, there's all these geniuses in their back sheds figuring this stuff out. But anyways, there's a guy in France. I think I mentioned this already, but there's a guy in Mexico. There's a freaking guy actually in India I got this idea from. And it probably works. It's just I didn't clean my wires up before I hooked this thing up, so I don't know. Yeah, but there's all these people around everywhere, and there's actually a really old guy that hooked 6 gears to this thing, and he's running all sorts of stuff. But I'll put a link to all that stuff. But people like that just amaze me. Apparently, this thing. It's weird describing stuff with only one hand and one canvas. This thing is like a bar with some plates in it. I think they call that a rectifier. Somehow it pulls loss energy if hooked up right. This is a transformer. It steps down though. I want to step up. I have little DC ones in here somewhere. That'd be pretty cool. These little battery packs I tried to use. All kinds of stuff. It's been a journey, guys. But anyways, if you can use that information, it could help a lot of people. Anyways, good luck. If I ever get this hooked up, I'll show you it running. Bye. Alright, just to recap. We got a 12 pole. It's actually 3. It's connected 12 times. See if you can see that. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. In groups of 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. This is one wire. This is one wire. And this is one wire on the other side. This is grounded to all 3. Make sure you clean the wires before you try hooking it up, or it won't work. Like it did for me, it didn't work because I didn't clean the wires good enough. Found out what that noise was. Something inside there. Of course, you go to film it. Fucking sounds good. If you ever gotta fix something, just start filming it. That's the weirdest thing. Yes, now it's working. It was making a clock, 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 clock noise. This is simply just to have something that spins to hold it. But who knows, maybe if I tie all these together, I might get some power. There's some cheapo magnets in there. We really need a generator head because these things aren't wound right. These are wound for motors, and the generators are wound for picking up power. So you could put these on there, or your lawnmower, or your boat motor, or your car thing, or whatever you're trying to build. This thing's got a lot of torque. Pretty badass. I heard if you do the 8 ohm wires, just wrap it like 8 times with thick wire, it'll actually do even better. I'm using factory wiring. I'm cheap and lazy. But yeah. Take all this crap off. It's coated too, by the way. And they were all overlapping, and I thought, that ain't right. So I cut them and did all this shit. And I heard it's supposed to run on lower power, and it kind of is. We're going to hook some testers up to this and see what we're getting, though. Believe that. Because this thing's pretty freaking neat. Got my hall sensors. Take a look at those. You can't see them. Here's some light. Now you can see the hall sensors. Just kind of ghetto through them in there. Some hot glue. Some heat shrink. Focus, you bastard. Use these little cheap ones off Amazon. I've got some here somewhere. I'll show you all that crap later, but look how they're hooked up. This is my power wires. I think that's hot and whatever the other one is. There they are. Hot, red, and black. So these are my red and black ones. I know it's all red because I'm cheap, like I said. And these are all my signal wires. Oops. Film and look and point. And that's how they're all hooked up right there. This stuff's pretty freaking cool. I'm telling you. You better shut all that business. Pause it there and do some homework. Yeah, nothing else is hooked up in there. This is my controller for my potentiometer. I need to get this stupid thing working better. The wire's just falling out. If you hook one of these up, it's supposed to work a lot more snazzier. But yeah, I got these three here, which are the power wires. You can see all that. And then I got the hall sensors. This shit is fucking cool, I'm telling you. Tesla figured out some stuff when he invented the three-phase motor. And yeah, that Jannar guy's right, there's something to do with noise and all that stuff, but for a guy just to put junkyard shit together and make it work. Another thing, it's like 18 volts running it. It's one 18-volt battery. This is the coolest freaking thing I've ever seen. Oh, this is for my powder coating machine. Oh. Anyways, guys, I'll edit all this video stuff and make it cool for you. Show you what's up. These things don't work. Well, maybe they do, but that is a potentiometer I'll use, so I'll use that one. So yeah, if you ever try this, chances are you'll be going through just this. This isn't set on ohms, and it's like the smallest setting there. Anyway, so you check it, and what you want to see is not that. Hold on. Check this one. Well, that ain't working at all. That's a bad reading. Why is it doing that? Oh, shit. Means my wires aren't clean enough. One, 2 is where it should be. Or 11. Okay, now it's working. Maybe you gotta be on the second tallest one, whatever. 2K ohms. So we got these three working. 4, 5, 6. Okay. Number 7 is not clean enough. 8's good. 9's good. 10's good. Okay, I've got a problem with 11. It's not clean enough. That's 12. There's 12's a full circle. So you just got to check your ohms through all 12, and if they're not clean enough, then it won't work. Now that you got continuity through all 12 phases on the ground side, check that bad one down there. What you want to check is the same thing. Let's put that in there somewhere. And check the same thing on all 3 of your leads. So it's black. We're going to try green. Do all 12. And then you check all 12. Make sure it looks like something like that. Anyways, I'm going to check all 12. Then I'm going to do it 12, 12, then 12. And if you check all your grounds and you're good, then you know you're wired right. Alright, just an update. Every time I get it right and then I go back to check it, like one comes off or like it's not making a full connection on all 3 up top. And what the controller does on this little guy here is it'll say like E5 or something, or controller problem. That's what that is when you look it up. So basically I'm gonna get some solder and have to solder each one of these stupid things. I'm not good at that kind of stuff, but I've done pipes like for plumbing. Oh, so that's the update, and heck, you're probably gonna have to go through this stuff too, so hope it helps. At least you know what you're up against. Alright. Got this thing soldered good enough. Neighbor didn't like it, but oh well. And now, put this stupid thing, which doesn't produce any power. Here are the magnets I put in there. South, north, I guess, south, north, however I did that. It didn't produce any power though. It's kind of a shitty job too. But it's worth an effort. Maybe I'm just not hooking those things up right or whatever. Alright. So this thing's just a glorified holder. Alright. I gotta put that faceplate on. Just all this stuff. Oh shit. Wires on there that don't belong. Alright. Those things up top. I'm just gonna put you. Sure, that's kind of where it goes. Alright, cool. Insert these bolts that were bought at the hardware store. This one down here. That goes right there. Totally got that wrong. Yeah, just